Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 23rd Don Quixote Awards from the ESPN studios at Disney's Wide World of Sports. This event is hosted by the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando and Prospera. We are proud to celebrate outstanding professionals and business leaders who exhibit the spirit of Don Quixote de la Mancha, brave, visionary dreamers willing to take risks to achieve their dreams and make a positive impact in our community. The 23rd Don Quixote Awards are proudly sponsored by Diamond Sponsor, Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, Sapphire Sponsor, Wells Fargo, Platinum Sponsors, Advent Health, Universal Orlando Resort, Gold Sponsors, Bank of America, Florida Blue, Orlando Health, Orlando Magic, Silver Sponsor, Duke Energy, Bronze and Supporter Sponsors, Fairwinds, OUC, The Reliable One, JP Morgan Chase, Valencia College. And to make the event an even greater success, we count on the support of our top media partner, Univision Orlando. Thank you to all our event sponsors and contributors for making this event possible. Let us welcome the Master of Ceremony for the 23rd Don Quixote Awards, Emmy Award-winning senior news anchor and producer at Noticias Univision Orlando, Paul Gamache.
Welcome to the 23rd Don Quixote Awards Gala, brought to you by the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando and Prospera. This year, we are excited to broadcast this prestigious event from the ESPN studios at Disney's Wide World of Sports. It is a pleasure to once again be the Master of Ceremonies for what has become the Hispanic community's signature business event and one of the most prestigious awards here in Central Florida. The platform that we are using for this event gives your family and friends the opportunity to donate. Your contribution will help fund Prospera and Hispanic Chamber services and programs that are especially vital to small businesses and professionals during this pandemic. To make a gift, please look for the donation box on this page, select your preferred amount, click on Donate Now, and follow the instructions on the screen to ensure your donation is processed. Because our small businesses have been so profoundly impacted by the pandemic, this year we will not present awards for the two Hispanic Business of the Year categories. However, we wish to recognize all Hispanic business owners for their courage and determination to overcome this crisis. Let's watch a special video to recognize their resiliency during this most challenging year.
The Don Quixote Awards, presented by the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando and Prospera, recognize and celebrate Hispanic entrepreneurs, professionals, and leaders who have shown strength of character, vision, courage, and determination. We celebrate the entrepreneurial spirit of Hispanics who have demonstrated these qualities, particularly in these challenging times where creativity and perseverance are vital. The COVID-19 pandemic has made these hard times for the U.S. economy and for our people. But just like Don Quixote de la Mancha, our Hispanic entrepreneurs have risen above the global crisis. They have been visionaries, fighting with brave hearts to defend their dreams in a myriad of unexpected adventures that have tested the most experienced business owners. Small businesses are the backbone of our nation's economy, and especially this year, business owners have shown such courage, resilience, and determination to protect their employees and customers, making sacrifices to preserve jobs, adjusting and persisting to keep their doors open and customers served. To all of you who have put on your armor suit and an iron vest of resilience to navigate uncharted waters and face the giant we are still fighting, we see you, we appreciate you, and we renew our pact to continue providing resources to keep you galloping with vigor toward your vision and your dream. We are here for you. The Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando and Prospera join forces once again as sister organizations to walk with you in this path. Like the tenacious Don Quixote de la Mancha said, there is no book so bad that it does not have something good in it. Our business owners find opportunity in every crisis. Each of you has found a silver lining to adapt and strengthen your business, to re-energize and refocus your strategies. We are in this battle together, and together we will persevere.
We also wish to take this opportunity to recognize all the heroes who have sacrificed their lives to save others during this pandemic. Thank you to our healthcare professionals, military and police officers, government officials, and small business owners who have pivoted their companies to provide essential services and products to help our community with food and basic needs. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the leaders of two organizations that have been in the forefront of business advocacy and assistance. President and CEO of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando, Gaby Ortigoni, and Prospera President and CEO, Augusto Sanabria.
Thank you, Paul, and good evening to everyone joining us from home. Buenas noches, Augusto.
Good evening.
Our community feels pride in this event. We cherish coming together every December and celebrating local talent, service, and leadership. Due to the pandemic, we could not celebrate in person, but thanks to Disney, Wells Fargo, and all of our sponsors, we can celebrate from the ESPN studios tonight. This year, we are using the benefits of technology to connect with thousands of people in our community. We want to take this opportunity to ask for your financial support to help more Hispanic businesses that have been severely impacted by the economic downfall caused by the pandemic. With your donation and participation, you embrace the missions and efforts of the Hispanic Chamber and Prospera.
Indeed, the donations we received tonight will help us support hundreds of local entrepreneurs to strengthen our local families and economy. This year, we need to share inspirational stories that will bring hope to our community more than ever. And we are thankful for the work our two organizations have done to keep this iconic tradition in our Central Florida community. The staff and volunteers of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Prospera have led the planning of the Don Quijote Awards since 1997 with three strategic objectives. First, to maintain it as the premier business recognition event for the Hispanic community of Central Florida. Second, to raise funds for both organizations to help them carry out year-round programs that serve local entrepreneurs and businesses and strengthen our economy and community. And third, to recognize top Hispanic entrepreneurs, professionals, and leaders in our community. Based on my experience, I can say that these awards are more than just recognition. They inspire each winner to strive for more and continue working for our community and benefit. Let's recognize all the past Don Quijote Award winners with this short clip.
The Don Quixote Awards honor local individuals and companies worth admiring and acknowledging as examples to follow. Nominations for this 23rd recognition were received from the public during several months. All nominations were reviewed by a selection committee comprised of 5 business leaders with diverse backgrounds in addition to Augusto and me, ensuring that all criteria were met and accomplishing the very difficult task of selecting this year's finalists and winners. Tonight, we honor finalists in these categories: Professional of the Year and Excellence Award. One Don Quixote Award winner will be announced from each group of finalists, and we will present 2 additional very special awards.
The Hispanic Community Champion Award recognizes a non-Hispanic individual who has led by example in supporting the progress of the Hispanic community of Central Florida. And the Don Quixote Lifetime Achievement Award is presenting to someone who, throughout their life, has made a significant contribution to our community and humanity. Thank you again for joining us in this virtual celebration. Please follow the Hispanic Chamber and Prospera on social media and tune in to Univision Orlando on December 12th at 6 p.m. for a special show highlighting tonight's winners. Thank you for your support, enjoy the show this evening, and congratulations to all finalists and winners.
For 23 years, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Prospera have honored outstanding individuals in our Hispanic business community with this beautiful award. It is a unique piece by the artist Yadro. Designed and handmade in Spain, this statue embodies the central character of Don Quixote de la Mancha, the most famous work of Spanish literature, which many consider the best literary work ever written, and a symbol of idealism and the tireless fight against injustice. Tonight, 4 outstanding leaders will be recognized with this masterpiece. To share all the finalists and winners' stories and videos after this event, and to watch previous year's videos, please visit DonQuixoteAwards.com, follow us on Facebook, or subscribe to the Don Quixote Awards YouTube channel. An event of this caliber would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. Please let us welcome our friend and Prospera statewide board member representing our diamond sponsor, Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, Principal Counsel for the U.S., Armando Rodriguez Feo.
Buenas noches a todos. To that greeting, I would like to add felicidades. Congratulations, because everyone within the sound of my voice tonight has navigated an absolutely unexpected course during this unprecedented year. So as your diamond sponsor, Walt Disney World would just like to say, bravo. You have accomplished wonders that most of us would have considered impossible just 1 short year ago. This year, here at Disney, we opened Disney's Riviera Resort and connected guests to Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios by the magnificent Disney Skyliner. We have also made visibly significant progress on several new and upcoming attractions, such as Remy's Ratatouille Adventure and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, both at Epcot, where we are also reimagining the entire front half of that park, and Tron Light Cycle Power Run at the Magic Kingdom. Near Disney's Hollywood Studios, we are also creating something that defies conventional industry definition: Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. This is a 2-night, all-immersive adventure in which guest families will literally eat, sleep, and breathe the Star Wars universe, complete with an excursion to a remote outpost on the edge of wild space. Our most remarkable accomplishment over the last year, though, has been doing precisely what everyone here has been doing: finding our way through the abrupt shock that has been calendar year 2020. In March, we closed our resort and immediately began studying the situation and mapping our way through. In May, we reopened elements of Disney Springs and initiated new health and well-being protocols that included temperature screenings, physical distancing, separation barriers and signage, new capacity controls, and sanitation that eclipsed our already industry-leading standards. In July, we welcomed both Major League Soccer and the NBA to Walt Disney World to allow them to live at Walt Disney World and play at the ESPN Wide World of Sports in a carefully controlled, restricted access bubble. We initiated a series of protocols that have been widely lauded for keeping players and team staff members healthy, and the NBA was here for roughly 3 months. Also in July, we reopened our theme parks for the first time in more than 100 days, and we've been thrilled to welcome our guests back and hear just how much they missed us. We have much on the horizon to look forward to following the holidays. Late next year, Walt Disney World hits a milestone, 50 years of the most magical place on earth. I can't give you the full details of what we're doing just yet, but trust me, it's going to be huge. Of course, when one is navigating a global pandemic, one of the things one is most thankful for is our community. A pandemic is a horrible thing, but it also brings with it elements of unspeakable beauty. Beauty in the way people are there for others. The closeness of this community, the way Prospera and the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando reach out and support our Hispanic neighbors is testimony to the way societies should act during times of crisis. A celebration such as this is a celebration of our community, a celebration of the ability to keep dreams alive even during tough times. Celebration of having the determination to make those dreams come true. And that is why, whether you are being honored tonight or whether your victory this year is simply to have weathered the storm, we at Disney salute you. We are thrilled to be a part of this night and very proud of everyone involved. Thank you again and enjoy the celebration.
Thank you, Armando, and the entire Disney team for your generosity this and every year as the top sponsor and host of this event. For those of you watching at home, please share your pictures on social media by using the hashtag DQAwards. And now let's welcome to the screen the chairman of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando and Director of Economic Development for the City of Kissimmee, Belinda Kierkegaard, and the chairman of Prospera's statewide board and Senior Vice President and Retail Executive for North Florida at Fifth Third Bank, Boris Ayala.
Thank you, Paul. Good evening, friends, and thank you for joining us in this celebration. We especially want to thank all of you who have already donated tonight. For those of you who have not, we ask that you please consider making a financial contribution as you'd be supporting the mission of both our organizations. I'm very proud to be serving as the chairman of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando. For more than 26 years, our Hispanic Chamber has been the leading voice of the Hispanic business community with a mission to drive economic growth by strengthening Hispanic business in our Central Florida. Our mission has truly been showcased during this pandemic. During this challenging year, our chamber pivoted to adapt to the urgent needs of our members and our region's business community. The Hispanic Chamber of Commerce was one of the first organizations to host webinars in English and Spanish. Since mid-March, we've offered over 80 webinars with critical information on the various financial stimulus available, as well as a myriad of other timely topics to help business owners adapt to these unprecedented times. We also created the Business Emergency Network, a program in which chamber members provided professional assistance to each other at no cost. Our chamber is most notably recognized for its stellar signature events, and this year was no exception. We held with much success our annual business conference, which featured the United States Small Business Administrator, Secretary Juvita Carranza, and Mr. Ramiro Cavazos, the CEO of the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. With more than 40 speakers and 17 educational sessions, the conference drew almost triple the participation of past years' in-person conferences. Another signature event was the political hobnob. In fact, we had two, a primary election and a general election, featuring over 70 candidates and had over 30,000 viewers watch the programming that streamed live through our iHeartRadio partnership, as well as on other digital platforms. We also launched the Bilingual Hispanic Voters Guide, which was specifically designed to help our community better understand the electoral process, learn how the United States government is structured at the various levels, as well as meet the candidates. Another success was kicked off in October for Hispanic Heritage Month, where in participation with Univision Orlando, we showcased local Hispanic success stories on a new television segment called Emprendedores. And the year's not over yet. In the next few days, you'll hear more about our annual Hispanic Impact Summit, which will feature some high-profile guest speakers. In the coming weeks, we'll also get the results of the recent Diversity Supplier Council's matchmaking activity, where small businesses had the opportunity to pitch their products and services directly to procurement officers of large corporations. As I mentioned a moment ago, our mission is to drive economic growth, and this activity is an example of how we work to strengthen Hispanic business in Central Florida. As many of you know, Chambers of Commerce weren't eligible to access resources offered by the federal stimulus plan during this pandemic. However, I'm proud to report that through the commitments of our trustees, sponsors, and members, our chamber remains ahead. And with your support this evening, we hope to continue that path. I'll conclude by thanking all our incredible trustees and sponsors for their loyal support and investment in our Hispanic community via this chamber. We also thank our members for their continued commitment and hope to have truly demonstrated a great value for their membership this year. As chairman of the board, I want to thank every single member of the board of directors. I am beyond grateful to have had such a remarkable leadership team that was always willing to roll up their sleeves and make things happen. To the chamber staff, thank you for your countless hours of work and willingness to try new things. You're all rock stars and are the foundation of what makes this Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando so great. The winter holidays are all about giving thanks, and as I conclude, I want to note how grateful we are to work alongside our sister organization, Prospera, on collaborations that foster growth and opportunities for Hispanic business owners throughout Central Florida. It's a pleasure now to welcome to the screen Mr. Boris Ayala. Good evening, Boris.
Good evening, Belinda, and to all our sponsors and friends joining us. For 29 years, Prospera has empowered Hispanics with training, consulting, and access to capital to help them start, sustain, and grow businesses to achieve community prosperity. In Central Florida, we are proud to collaborate with the Hispanic Chamber to support thousands of Hispanic entrepreneurs each year with our complimentary services. For 9 months now, we have all suffered the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. A poll amongst our clients shows that 79% of established businesses have been affected by the pandemic, and 51% had to close for some period. At least 36% of those have reopened, but they report a combined loss of revenues exceeding $21 million. We have adapted to continue serving remotely, seeing once again the effectiveness and adaptability of Prospera's program model. We have been supporting business owners throughout this crisis with individual consulting, investing in professional services for them, and helping them understand and apply for funds through the various government grants and programs created during the pandemic. We served on Mayor Deming's Orange County Economic Recovery Task Force and partner with the county to help process hundreds of Hispanic business applications for the Orange Cares grant. Thanks to our generous funders, volunteers, and staff, this year we were able to serve Central Florida entrepreneurs with 30% more hours of individual business consulting and marketed 18 times more loans than last year. When the Kaufman Foundation reports that the number of Hispanic business owners in the U.S. declined 36% in 3 months, we see the need, the potential impact if more communities had access to Prospera services like in Florida and North Carolina. And we intend to continue expanding our model in the future. But right here at home, many Central Florida Hispanic business owners still need our assistance to recover and access resources to sustain their businesses. We are grateful for your support as we continue working for their recovery to preserve jobs, financial independence, and a strong community.
Thank you, Belinda and Boris. Once again, thank you to the leaders and team members from both organizations for your dedication and hard work to advance our Hispanic business community. And now, the moment we are all awaiting. Let us begin the 2020 Don Quixote Awards presentation. To introduce the finalists in our first category, Professional of the Year, Let us welcome Platinum sponsor Eddie Soler, Executive Vice President of Finance at Advent Health, and Prospera Statewide Board Immediate Past Chair.
Good evening. Advent Health is proud to be a Platinum sponsor of this year's Don Quixote Awards. Our first category is Professional of the Year. From our list of nominees, you will see stories of people who through their work, determination, and principles have been pioneers in their industries. Serving as role models for Hispanics and others in their fields, let's take a look.
Diana Almodovar is a trailblazer for women and Hispanics in the engineering industry. For almost 3 decades, she has left her mark on Central Florida's infrastructure, leading major public works projects and becoming one of the most respected engineers and industry leaders. The University of Puerto Rico alumna has been working at Orange County for more than 25 years, where she, as the current deputy director and county engineer, is in charge of making final decisions on construction projects around the county. Diana strives to provide the best customer service that Orange County government can possibly offer its community.
I enjoy working with people, talk to people, and discuss their issues and their problems, their concerns, and to provide them with a solution, with answers to questions, and help them in their process through the county for them to obtain finally what they are looking for.
Being hired as a manager of the Development Engineering Division in 2007, making history in 2018 by becoming the first female county engineer in Orange County government's history, and being appointed by Major Jerry Demis as Deputy Director of Public Works are only some of the many accomplishments Diana has achieved during her career.
To be the first female county engineer, it really sends a good message to all of those young female engineers in the field that are working hard to accomplish their goals, and they can see that they can reach high, they can aim high and reach those goals, and they can one day become the county engineers as well.
A pillar of Central Florida's Hispanic community, Diana has been a member and chair of the Hispanic Heritage Committee of Greater Orange County since its inception. She revived the Hispanic Scholarship Program and took the lead in representing Hispanic heritage in her department by organizing cultural events to encourage inclusion and educate co-workers about our heritage and customs. She also enjoys playing the guitar, maracas, and güiro with her friends from La Rondalla de Orlando and her church choir. Besides participating in numerous fundraising and community improvement events, Diana mentors young engineers and STEM students, advising them on technical and professional standards.
I like helping people, I like serving the community. As a public servant, it's my job to do so.
Diana strives to provide the best customer service that Orange County government can possibly offer its community.
My name is Diana Almodovar, and I'm the Deputy Director and County Engineer of Orange County Public Works.
For more than 15 years, Ibeth has been present in thousands of Central Florida homes, reporting from her studio-anchored desk at News 13. Born in Venezuela and raised in Orlando, Ibeth Brusual always dreamt of becoming a journalist, beginning her career in television at Telemundo Orlando, to later become one of the first bilingual anchors and the first Latina anchor to break through at Spectrum News 13.
What inspires me every single day when I get out of bed is to empower you, to empower the public with the knowledge they need to become better people, somebody stronger, hopefully somebody better. And that is what you get when you have knowledge. Knowledge is power.
With a bachelor's degree in international politics from the University of Central Florida, Ibeth Brusual is also the host and co-producer of Political Connections, a 30-minute all-local politics show, and the brand new podcast Central Florida Beyond the Soundbite, focusing on all things politics. Ibeth is a respected journalist with a love for thoughtful and meaningful storytelling. She has covered some of the most significant events in Central Florida while demonstrating integrity, professionalism, and great commitment to her work and community, qualities that have earned her 2 Emmy Awards and 4 Emmy nominations to date, as well as being honored as one of Orlando's Women of the Year in 2019.
The community involvement for me is A, rewarding, and B, essential for me to feel alive and part of this community. But the most rewarding community involvement for me has been dealing with any special needs child that needs some extra help, and also being a mentor. I meet virtually with a young student who I hopefully help guide through their life challenges and struggles and successes to push them to the next level, whatever that may be after high school. As someone who came here not knowing any English, not having a lot of opportunities, I've been there, I've had the struggles. So to help another fellow Latina student navigate the difficult waters of life is really rewarding for me.
Ibeth is a passionate communicator, a Hispanic advocate, a role model for strong women and mothers, and an exemplary leader in our community.
I'm Ibeth Brusual with Spectrum News 13.
For nearly 2 decades, Sharon Smoley has been dedicated to advancing meaningful public policy and advocating for Central Florida's business community on crucial local, state, and federal issues. She currently serves as the Vice President of Advocacy and Public Policy at Orlando Economic Partnership, one of the top economic development organizations in Florida. Sharon also leads the Central Florida Political Leadership Institute, a free, nonpartisan program that provides vigorous training and education for future leaders of our region.
One of my most impactful memories as a child is the first time that my mother was able to vote. It was such a proud moment in our household. Having immigrated from Colombia, being able to participate in our democratic system made her so proud and my family so proud. And I think it made me understand at a very young age that being part of the process is important, no matter what your role is, whether it's as a citizen, voter, an elected official, or otherwise. I knew that I wanted to be part of this very special system that we have in the United States, and to never take for granted the ability that we have to vote, because it's just not something that exists everywhere in the world.
Through her leadership role at the Orlando Economic Partnership, she has brought together the first team of policy, government, and community business leaders to work on a legislative agenda on behalf of the Central Florida region. This initiative brings together policy experts from Orlando's leading companies to advance proposals that will improve housing, transportation, employment, education, health, and racial equity in our community, working towards a vision of broad-based prosperity for every Central Floridian.
In my role, I've had the ability to meet with elected officials at all levels and really provide a better understanding of how we grow our community, both from an economic perspective or even from a Latino perspective, as we see our community continue to diversify.
Throughout her career, Sharon has served on numerous local boards, including the Downtown Art District, West Orange Political Alliance, CFHLA PAC, Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando, and the Kissimmee Osceola Chamber of Commerce. Sharon is recognized for her grassroots works in the Hispanic community, helping prevent policies that would be bad for business and risk jobs, and helping to position our community for future growth.
My name is Sharon Smoley. I'm the Vice President of Advocacy and Public Policy at the Orlando Economic Partnership.
And the 2020 winner for the Professional of the Year category is Ibeth Brusuad, Spectrum News 13.
I won the Don Quixote Award? I have no words, but they tell me I have to say words, so here we go. Thank you, gracias, to everybody who was part of the panel to go ahead and select the winner. Everybody who's in this category is a rock star, So the fact that we even made it to the finalist list is like a wow moment. But to say that I'm the winner, I don't know why, because all of them are so talented, but here we are in a time of a pandemic. We've been through so much. We're pushed to the brink of working nonstop, dealing with family, dealing with so many different things in the world, and to be able to now enjoy this moment. Thank you so much for this Don Quixote Award.
Thank you, Eddie, and congratulations, Yvette, for winning the award in the Professional of the Year category. To present the Hispanic Community Champion Award, let us welcome Angela Lagos, Assistant Director of Diversity and Inclusion at Platinum sponsor Universal Orlando Resort.
Good evening. Universal Orlando Resort is proud to support the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Prospera. Thank you for hosting these prestigious awards. The Don Quixote Awards Selection Committee uniquely chooses the recipient of the Hispanic Community Champion Award. This category recognizes a non-Hispanic individual who has contributed to the Hispanic community within their organization and in the general community. Other qualities that the committee seeks in the Hispanic Community Champion are honors, awards, and demonstrated leadership and community involvement to benefit Hispanics. Let us hear the story of this year's winner, Louis Damiani.
Louis Damiani has served the Central Florida community as a county commissioner, corporate and nonprofit executive, and community leader. He served for 8 years as chief aide to the first ever Hispanic commissioner of the city of Orlando and Orange County, the Honorable Mary Johnson. In that role, Louis began forging relationships and working closely with Central Florida's growing Hispanic community.
Commissioner Mary I. Johnson represented a very large Hispanic community, and she hired me, and before I knew it, I was in the midst of all these new friends and people that just opened their arms and welcomed me, and that really impacted me and inspired me to want to serve and do more for the Hispanic community.
It was also during that period that he helped to establish the Victim Service Center. After serving as Orange County Commissioner under Governor Charlie Crist, Louis Damiani became the Executive Director for the Victim Service Center of Central Florida, the agency he helped establish over a decade earlier. Over the past 7 years, Louis has doubled the size of the organization and increased services to Hispanic and other underserved populations. From the moment Louis was sworn into office in 2010, he began working to be a champion and voice for the Hispanic community. He hired an entirely Hispanic staff and created a new Hispanic outreach coordinator position. Louis raised the issue and fought for equal funding by the county for Prospera, back then HBIF, to put them on parity with other non-Hispanic community organizations. He worked to create opportunities for citizen input and appointed Hispanics to key advisory boards. Under his leadership, the Victim Service Center established satellite offices in Osceola and Seminole counties. As Executive Director of the Victim Service Center, Louis recognized the need to expand and diversify the agency to better serve the Hispanic community.
Today, 40% of our team is bilingual English, Spanish. We served upwards of 30%, about 33% of our crisis intervention work was directly with the Hispanic community. I'm very proud that we've been able to build that trust and have that relationship with the Hispanic community and are able to serve our entire community.
In his professional, community, and political roles, Louis Damiani has demonstrated his leadership as a Hispanic community champion.
My name is Louis Damiani, and I am the Executive Director of the Victim Service Center of Central Florida. Thank you very much for this tremendous honor. I am humbled and appreciative to even be mentioned in the company of so many other outstanding nominees and winners this year. You know, of all the awards that I could ever get, I must say that I couldn't be more thrilled or proud to be the recipient of this year's Don Quixote Hispanic Community Champion Award. For those of you that know me, you know that for more than anything else, I value my friendships that I've developed over these 33 years since coming to Orlando to start my career. And that's what makes this honor so special to me. The fact that the award is coming from my friends and colleagues over these many, many years. People like Belinda Ortiz, Augusto Sanabria, Gabby Ortegoni, Jessica Rivera, Graciela Noriega Jacobi, and the late Commissioner Maria Ignacia Perez de Johnson, and all the other members of the Hispanic community who accepted this Italian gringo from Ohio, trusted in me, and always made me feel welcome. For that, I will always be in your debt. Please accept my heartfelt thanks. Muchas, muchas gracias, mis amigos.
Congratulations, Louis, for being the award recipient in this special category. Thank you for your commitment and contributions to the safety of our community. Our next award presentation is the Excellence Award. To introduce the finalists in this category, let us welcome back Armando Rodriguez Feo, U.S. Principal Counsel for Walt Disney Parks and Resorts.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. The Excellence Award recognizes a person who has demonstrated leadership, made significant contributions, and achieved significant acclaim in their field of work, a cause, or a particular community. We are pleased to announce that Bank of America will donate $5,000 to a charity designated by this award recipient for the 12th consecutive year. Let us watch 3 inspiring stories of excellence.
In 1997, Graciela Noriega Jacobi began working with AmeriCorps as a team leader, which would mark the beginning of a career in public service. For 18 years, she worked with Teresa Jacobs, first as Orange County Commissioner's aide and later as Orange County Mayor Jacobs' Chief of Staff, becoming the first Hispanic woman to hold this position in Orange County.
You know, one of the most important aspects of being a leader, in my opinion, is making sure you have the right people surrounding you. You have the right team, you have the right talent, you have the right skills, and you have the right attitude. Surrounding yourself with the most talented, the most skillful, and the most committed individuals makes all of the difference when you are managing a program or a project. And I cannot say enough about the individuals that I've worked with over the years.
In her current role as Chief Operating Officer for Heart of Florida United Way, a nonprofit organization dedicated to preventing and finding long-term solutions to pressing community problems in Central Florida, Graciela oversees programs, community investments, fundraising, marketing, and other priorities for the organization.
It has been such a privilege to be able to serve our community, to be at the table making decisions, helping inform policy making decisions, help inform how organizations make investment in the most important parts of our community, serving the most vulnerable, providing for protections for the environment, ensuring that there is responsible development and land use programs, all of these things that shape a community.
Graciela is committed to advancing United Way's mission by overseeing programs that support veterans, college students, homeless individuals, and other underserved populations in our community. Recently, Graciela played a critical role in establishing a new program to assist individuals impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic.
At the Heart of Florida United Way, it's very important that we're paying attention to everything that's going on in the community. Many of those that we have served have lost their jobs, have been furloughed, or have had reduced hours in their work, and they have been financially impacted. And we were able to step in and provide them with some needed assistance. We engaged the public sector, the private sector, and the nonprofit sector to problem solve and to develop programs and infuse support into those areas that truly need it during this most difficult time.
Besides serving as a volunteer in leadership positions for community organizations such as Visit Orlando, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando, and Prospera. Throughout her career, Graciela has taken the lead on jobs whose main objective is responding to the needs of the community and its residents.
I am Graciela Noriega Jacoby, Chief Operating Officer with Heart of Florida United Way.
Dr. Fernando Rivera earned his doctorate degree in sociology from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and completed a postdoctoral fellowship at the Institute for Health at Rutgers University. In 2005, Dr. Rivera joined the Department of Sociology of the University of Central Florida, where he was promoted to associate professor in 2011 and to full professor in 2019. This was a significant achievement, given that only 2% of full professors in the U.S. are of Hispanic descent.
I think it's very important to have that education, and more we are witnessing that education has the power of transformation. As an educator, that's the best feeling I get from working with the next generation of young people in the nation.
Besides specializing in medical sociology, race, ethnicity, and the sociology of disasters, Dr. Rivera also studied the migration of Puerto Ricans to Central Florida and founded the Puerto Rican Research Hub. This center has become one of the leading institutions of its kind in the nation. In 2018, Dr. Rivera participated as a keynote speaker in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce's Hispanic Economic Impact Summit, presenting impact data about the influx of Puerto Ricans after Hurricanes Irma and Maria.
I think we've been very essential in bringing a voice to the victims of Hurricane Maria, to continue to bring that information forward, understanding the demographic changes that have happened, sort of the issue of climate migration, but I think more importantly, bringing about the power of research, the power of education in understanding the issues that are going on out here.
Dr. Rivera has received several awards and recognitions, including a distinction as Central Florida Leader for Hispanic Heritage Month and the William R. Jones Outstanding Mentor Award from the Florida Education Fund. Dr. Rivera has written 3 books, published more than 30 research papers, and taught more than 3,000 students at UCF, where he also has held various leadership positions and received several awards honoring his contributions to teaching, research, and support of the Hispanic community. Service and safety both play significant roles in the life of a man who in 1997 became a deputy and since then has advanced through the ranks of Orange County Sheriff's Office. Uniform Patrol Division Commander Carlos Torres was recently promoted to Major. The team of deputies he leads are the backbone of the Sheriff's Office. The Uniform Patrol Division are the men and women who typically arrive first on a scene after a call for help, and often put themselves in harm's way to serve and protect the citizens of Orange County.
I don't think about it when it comes to a life-saving situation. You just have to do what is right and be able to be there for somebody who needs you, and help them and save their life and make their life better.
As a Spanish speaker and Hispanic liaisons for the Orange County Sheriff's Office, Major Torres has also served the public by coordinating activities and projects to address and advance community issues.
I understood very early on in my career that the only way to be successful in life is to be able to help those that are in need and help those that perhaps may not be in need, but know that you are there for them.
Another way he has served for more than 20 years is by teaching organizational culture as college adjunct instructor, using his skills and experience to educate others.
Certainly here I have, at the Sheriff's Office, have found myself to have mentors that have helped me to get to where I am. And that motivation that they showed me is a motivation that I show those who want to succeed in life, who want to get to the next level, who want to be able to build a stronger community, a more prosperous future for all of us.
Major Torres serves on several boards for Hispanic and non-Hispanic organizations that have one common goal: serving the community. Among them, he serves as president of Misión Manos de un Ángel, a charitable organization that operates in Central Florida and in Colombia. Throughout his life, Major Torres has received multiple recognitions for his service and public safety contributions, including the prestigious Orange County Sheriff Citation Medal for his extraordinary efforts during the Pulse nightclub tragedy.
I am truly blessed and honored to have been able to serve my community for the last 23 years and to build relationship and make long-lasting friends with the people that I know that have been there for me, helping me build my career, helping me build my profession, and helping me build the person who I am today.
Both personally and professionally, Major Carlos Torres is actively involved in our community, always collaborating to make Central Florida a safer and better place for its residents and visitors.
My name is Carlos Torres. I'm a major at the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
And the recipient of the Don Quixote Award in the Excellence category is Graciela Noriega Jacoby, Heart of Florida United Way. Congratulations, Graciela.
Thank you so much for this incredible honor. I am truly grateful and humbled to receive this prestigious award. I'd like to thank the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando and Prospera for taking time out every year to recognize professionals, entrepreneurs, and community leaders representing the Hispanic community and inspiring others. Of course, I could not achieve what I have achieved without the support and love of my family. Thank you to my husband, Jerry. You have been so supportive of me ever since I met you at 20 years old. And to my smart, sweet, and beautiful children, Juliana and Jared. Thank you all so much. Of course, my parents, they laid the foundation of who I am today. My mother, who has a love for language and culture, teaching and learning. Y mi papá, que vino de Sinaloa, Mexico. My father, who came to the United States in the 60s on a sports visa as a professional boxer. His display of hard work, self-discipline, and a fighting spirit are certainly some of my most important attributes. There have been many people over the years that have impacted and influenced me, and I must call out a couple of them. Mi prima Marcela, Teresa Jacobs, Linda Chapin, both former Orange County mayors that I've had the privilege to work directly for, and my longtime mentor since college, Dick Batchelor. Being successful in managing programs, initiatives, and projects doesn't happen alone. It takes a strong team, and I have been so blessed over my decades in a career in public service to be surrounded by talented, smart, and hardworking people. And I thank each and every one of them for supporting me and working alongside of me. I'm deeply, deeply proud of the work that we're doing at Heart of Florida United Way, the team that we have there, and working alongside of our president and CEO, Jeff Hayward. In closing, thank you again for this honor, for this prestigious award, and congratulations to my fellow nominees and award recipients.
Thank you, Armando, and congratulations, Graciela. To present the 2020 Don Quixote Lifetime Achievement Award, let us welcome Derek Jones, North Central Florida Region Bank President at Wells Fargo and Sapphire sponsor of this year's award ceremony.
Good evening, everyone. This is truly the summit of this magnificent event. The person that we'll recognize next is a jewel in our community. She's a person who works for the good of others without regard for personal gain. The recipient of this year's Don Quixote Achievement Award has made a lasting impact on individual lives, businesses, and our community in general. Let's watch her story.
many masterful pieces in the Spanish and Latin American literature, but there's only one Don Quixote de la Mancha. And in Central Florida, we have many outstanding and dedicated leaders, but there's only one Betty Martinez Lowry.
She radiates kindness, optimism, and strength. Her intelligence and passion for her community are widely known, and her influence extends far and wide across Central Florida. A successful career guided by strong principles and her impact on our community make Betty Martinez Lowry the 2020 Don Quixote Awards Lifetime Achievement winner. Betty immigrated to the United States from Cuba as a young girl.
If we think about her life, starting, obviously born in Cuba, raised in Kansas, which couldn't have been easy for someone who didn't speak the language and didn't know the culture. That to me shows the courage, the determination that Betty had, that her circumstances of where she grew up or where she was born wasn't gonna determine the outcome of her life, her impact.
Betty earned her bachelor's degree in early childhood education and worked for 10 years in community and government relations for Orange County Public Schools. She served as district spokesperson and held a variety of leadership roles, including oversight of the Community Resource Volunteers Program and leadership of the district's diversity and inclusive classroom initiatives.
While she worked in the educational field, she was a strong advocate for children, for their parents, for educators. Her compassion and her desire to serve stirred the hearts and souls of many people.
She founded the nationally recognized and award-winning Language Bank, providing translation and interpretation services in 68 languages to Orange County children and families through the services of trained volunteers. This program, which has made such a huge difference to so many local immigrant families, later became a model that was replicated in school districts throughout the nation. Youth, education, and helping underserved families remained a passion and priority for Betty beyond her work with Orange County Public Schools.
I think that Betty's greatest quality is her generosity. Her generosity of spirit, of compassion, of empathy, and of love. She is genuine. Her laughter is genuine. And when she smiles, you have no other choice but to smile with her.
When I was a little girl and people would ask me, Betty, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer was always the same. I would say, I want to be happy. And even when I could tell that that wasn't the answer they were looking for, I never wavered. And I took that with me into my adulthood. The key to success for me has always been following my joy, following my heart, being open to opportunities that came that maybe weren't part of my master plan, but they were things that made me happy because they were so well aligned with my core values. It's never let me down.
Betty spent the next decade working for the National Conference for Community and Justice, NCCJ, an organization dedicated to fighting bias, bigotry, and racism in America.
Betty has been the eloquent but strong voice for children, for women, for immigrants, for minority-owned businesses.
Betty has developed a meaningful career, using her talents and values to work for much more than a paycheck.
If we look at her trajectory of how much she has meant to the Central Florida community, how much she has meant to people like me that see her as an inspiration to want to achieve more and to want to do better for ourselves and for our community, and the impact that Betty has had in so many organizations like Prospera, like the Hispanic Heritage Scholarship Fund, or like the Chamber, just, embodies Don Quixote in itself.
She has left a mark on Central Florida and beyond, standing up for more justice, less racism and discrimination, stronger families, and greater understanding and respect.
From a young age, I learned how important it was to treat all people with the same dignity and respect. Everyone deserves that. Doesn't matter their station in life, who they are, what they do, what their background is.
Most recently, Betty spent 16 years working at Walt Disney World, standing out as an esteemed ambassador and leader in the community representing Disney. She worked to develop strategic outreach and contribution strategies to make the greatest possible impact in the community. In addition to her impact on hundreds of community organizations across Central Florida through her work, Betty has served as a volunteer for a variety of organizations and has received numerous local and national awards.
I came to this country as a refugee from Cuba when I was 6 years old. And when I arrived in this country, I was really a scared, scarred, almost nonverbal little girl that only felt safe within the confines of my very small family. When we arrived here, though, and we found individuals that welcomed us with open arms, that showed us love and respect and empathy, that was the beginning of my healing. So community service for me is really an effort to pay back everything that was done for me and for my family. And honestly, it was just part of what was instilled in us by my amazing parents. So the rest of my life has been part of that, giving back to the community that did so much for us.
When you speak to Betty, you know that she listens. She believes in you, and therefore, it's easy for you to believe in yourself.
Over the years, Betty has demonstrated professionalism, integrity, and a commitment to excellence and justice. She has inspired many individuals to be and do better.
Betty cares. Betty really cares. The quality of her understanding the subject matter, her understanding our community, transfer itself to all of us. She makes us want to do our best. She wants us to do our smartest things. Betty's qualities are exemplary. And every time I'm in her presence or every time I speak with her, I walk away inspired and smarter.
She is the heart and glue of an exemplary family. She has successfully and graciously carried out challenging professional roles, touching the hearts of many while getting the job done. She is a community leader and a role model professionally and personally.
What gives me the most sense of pride, and I think people will relate to this because I know so many that feel the same way, is that I lived a good life, that I tried my best, that I tried to be kind, and that I raised a wonderful family, that I was a good wife, a good mother, a good daughter, a good sister, a good friend.
So today, we are here to honor Betty's legacy in our Hispanic business community and our entire Central Florida community. So Betty, thank you so much for everything that you have done. And thank you for being a mentor, a friend, and a great role model for me and for so many of us. We love you.
Congratulations, Betty.
Your 2020 Don Quixote Awards Lifetime Achievement winner, Betty Martinez Lowry.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this amazing recognition. I am truly honored and humbled and so grateful to receive the Don Quixote Lifetime Achievement Award. I know that I join the ranks of individuals in this community who are heroes, people that I look up to, and to be counted among them, my goodness, I'm truly touched. Thank you.
Congratulations, Betty, for such outstanding recognition and for serving as an example of leadership, professionalism, and service for our community. Ladies and gentlemen, let us be proud and inspired by all of our 2020 Don Quixote Award winners who illustrate the courage, passion, and dignity of Don Quixote de la Mancha. Once again, we thank our 23rd Don Quixote Award sponsors. Thank you to ESPN Wide World of Sports and the entire crew for making this virtual celebration a magical event. Thank you to everyone who is watching us from home with your family and friends for being part of this historic event and for your donations. It was an honor serving as your Master of Ceremonies. Remember to watch our special television edition of the Don Quixote Awards in Spanish on Univision Orlando on Saturday, December 12th at 6 p.m. Feliz Navidad y que el nuevo año 2021 llegue lleno de salud, esperanza, unión y prosperidad para todos.
Thank you for attending the 23rd Don Quixote Awards. This event was proudly sponsored by Diamond Sponsor, Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. Sapphire Sponsor, Wells Fargo. Platinum Sponsors, Advent Health, Universal Orlando Resort. Gold Sponsors, Bank of America, Florida Blue, Orlando Health, Orlando Magic. Silver Sponsor, Duke Energy. Bronze and Supporter Sponsors, Fairwinds, OUC, the reliable one. JP Morgan Chase, Valencia College. And to make the event an even greater success, we count on the support of our top media partner, Univision Orlando. Please tune in to the special TV show on December 12th on Univision Orlando at 6 p.m. For more information, visit DonQuixoteAwards.com. Muchas gracias.